Hi there, Melissa Kessler here, holistic wellness and lifestyle coach. I have not been around in a while because I have taken business in a different direction. So I haven't really been online, but with all of this craziness happening with coronavirus, I feel obligated to be on here and to be sharing with you what I am doing in my house to build my immune system and my family's immune system because we are absolutely determined to not get this virus. I'm not saying we are not going to because who knows right now, and it's truly up to God. He knows. He is the only one that knows who is going to wind up with this and how we are going to get through it and what is going to happen. So, as much as I am praying on a daily basis, like praying more than ever before, that this just comes to an end, however that happens. Hopefully, everybody will really start taking this as serious as we need to and staying in and avoiding being with anybody. Don't get me wrong, believe me, we miss everybody. We miss being able to see our friends and our family and everything. But when this is such a serious thing happening, we have to do whatever it takes to get this to come to an end. Unfortunately, I work in a business that's an essential business, so I still have to go every day, hence why I am dressed up. But I make a point to do all of the things that are necessary, including staying at least 6 feet away from people. I stay in my office and I'm trying to stay away from everybody. I am constantly wiping down everything, my desk, my mouse, everything that gets touched on it. I live with hand sanitizer sitting right next to me. Every time I get up, it gets sprayed on my hands. Every time I sit back down, it gets sprayed again. And it is something that I will show you guys. But so today I'm going to go over some of the, I guess I'm going to say, supplement type stuff that we're using in order to keep our immunity as high as possible. And this is going to wind up being a two-part video because if not, I'll have you guys here forever. And I don't want it to scare you because then you're probably thinking, wow, how many things is this person going to tell me to take? And it doesn't mean that you have to take all of these things. I'm just showing you what we're doing because I am absolutely determined to avoid getting this virus. And I'm pretty sure you are too. So, hey, if we have to do it all for now, then that's what we'll do in order to get by without being in this diagnosis, I guess. So I'm going to go over them as quickly as possible. I'm not going to go into them too much. Or like I said, I'll keep you here forever, which I don't want that to happen. But so today is part one. Like I said, it's mainly supplement stuff that we're using. I'm going to kind of go within supplement. That's what I'm going to say it is. And then tomorrow I'm going to go over some, of course, my favorite essential oils that are being used multiple times a day. So make sure you stay tuned to watch part two tomorrow. But for today, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with something that's easy to do. And one of my favorite things is kombucha because it is a probiotic, which means we need to keep our guts as healthy as possible right now because, guys, I don't know if you've ever heard, the quotes and stuff like all disease begins in the gut. I fully believe that. So we do everything we possibly can to keep our guts healthy. So probiotics are really important to do that. This is just one of the ones that we like, KeVita. I love GT's kombuchas, which actually that is what I'm drinking right now in a glass because unfortunately, a lot of these things that I'm going to mention, the stores are very limited because everybody wants these things because nobody wants to wind up with coronavirus. So, you have to kind of get in there when you can, try to find what you can or whatever. So, of course, my kombucha right now I had to buy in a huge bottle because they didn't have a regular size bottle. So I'm drinking it out of a glass. It's kind of cool. So anyway, that's one way of getting your probiotics in, okay? That is not the only probiotic we are taking. I love our Inner Eco. You got this. It's probiotic coconut water. They are delicious. All you take is adults take a tablespoonful. I give my kids a teaspoonful. especially in this time where this is really super serious and we have to be doing everything possible, we take this every day aside from our other probiotics. On a normal basis, we don't necessarily take it every day, but when you feel something coming on, or you know you're trying to do everything in your might to avoid any kind of sickness, I definitely recommend trying this out. I know where we live, we're in Florida, and we're in a town where we are very health conscious. So we have quite a few health stores and, health food stores. So these things are easy to find. You can definitely find them at Whole Foods. So that is somewhere, if you live anywhere else, you can definitely find them at a Whole Foods. Or again, check your local, health food stores and stuff like that if they're still open. Whatever is open, they are considered an essential business, so most likely they are. So this is another form of probiotic. Aside from that, for us adults, we are taking right now, this is a probiotic I have, which is Garden of Life Raw Probiotics, and they have 100 billion CFU. You definitely want as high as you can possibly get. And 34 probiotic strains. Super, super, super important. There are many different probiotics out there, so just find one that you can do, whether it's as far as budgeting, or whatever, just take a look around. I'll see if I can do a list under this video after, and I will do that. And I'll put some of my favorite brands. I'm not going to go into them all right now. So that's that. My kids also take a probiotic. I didn't bring it with me right now. The Garden of Life has a kids one that I like, and of course we use our doTERRA probiotics, which my kids absolutely love. I don't have them in front of me right now either, but those are a few options for the kids. Then elderberry syrup. Elderberry syrup is amazing, provides deep support for an active immune response. These are our answers to getting sick ever, not just coronavirus, but anything. When it's that time of year when everybody's getting sick, we're like elderberry syrup every single day, spoonfuls, whatever we can do to keep the immune system at its highest response. All right, so elderberry syrup is a good one. Again, you can find elderberry syrup in Whole Foods. You can find them in any of your local health food stores and stuff like that. This is one from a local store that we have here, which actually we don't have anymore. They closed. But anyway, you can definitely find these in a lot of different places, a lot of food stores. So you should still have access to these types of things. And then today I just stopped home because there's a little bit of a scare of somebody that I work with that could potentially have kids that have it. So there's this whole, it's like just one after the next. If they know somebody and then you're by them, there's this chance of getting it. So as soon as I got notice of this, I was like, I need to go and load up on extra immune boosting things, So again, I went into my local Sprouts, which is it's like a farmer's market type store, and they have all of these awesome immunity shots and immune boosters. So these are some good ones. This one's Potent C, which is really good. We all need super vitamin C right now to stay healthy. This one's cool. It has organic sea buckthorn juice, camu, pineapple juice, orange juice, lemon juice, a lot of good things that are high in vitamin C. Very good. And then this is another one, which is also immunity boost. And this one's cool. It has cayenne in it, has ginger root, turmeric root, cayenne pepper, and black pepper. And then, of course, has coconut water and all of the other juices that I just mentioned. But it's a really good one. So another way to just boost your immune system. And of course, I really take these when there's like a real okay, we need to make sure that we're like triple dosing our immunity here. So I like to grab these. They're really easy to just grab and take. So I always grab a bunch of them so everybody in the family can take one. that's that. Then, vitamin C, which most of us know that we need a lot of vitamin C right now to just promote our, and like this says, promotes immune and cellular health. Like that is what we are trying to do here. Anything we can possibly do to try to like keep this virus away. It's a very scary one. I normally don't ever get scared about these things because I'm like, I know we take care of ourselves and I know we're good, but this one really has me a little freaked out. So we are doing everything we can possibly do. So I wound up getting this Ultra C 400, really good. And it's pretty neat. It's a non-GMO, organic, and like super good. Has a lot of good stuff. Let's see if I can find everything in it. It's got like broccoli, organic parsley leaf, carrots, beetroot, brown rice. So a lot of good stuff. Organic whole orange, cranberry, blueberry. So it's all just super high vitamin C foods, I guess I want to say, you put into it. So that's a good one. So try to find yourself a good vitamin C vitamin or whatever you want to call capsule or something. And then I already had one scare last week that there was a person who could have potentially had the virus that had been somewhat near me. So of course I called my chiropractor, and he's amazing and focuses on nutrition as well. So I love going there because when we go, it's like this whole health talk. We talk about everything and I love it. So when I called him to tell him about the scare, he was like, make sure you go do this. And he suggested vitamin D, and he suggested 50,000 units per day. Knowing, like, if you know that it's a potential scare, like you have to be in serious prevention mode. So he was like, yeah, do 50,000 units of vitamin D every day for 4 days after finding out about it. So that's what we've been doing with that. So vitamin D, these are good. The liquid, I give it to everybody again, the kids, my husband, myself. Super important. So we literally stand at the counter for, I don't even know how long. And it's like between spoonfuls of stuff and drops in the mouth and capsules and everything, but everything we can do, to just make sure that we're doing everything possible, So vitamin D, very important. And then the chiropractor also suggested, again, like I said, when you're in that complete scare mode, like you've been around someone that could potentially have it, you want to go into extra prevention mode. So he said to do 100,000 units of vitamin A. So that's what this is. And of course, I mean, each tablet is 25,000 units. So I just take 4 of them a day. And again, for the 4 days, 4 days, within finding out. I mean, it can't hurt to take them as, even as you keep going, just to make sure your immune system is built until we know that this virus is like over and like not spreading anymore. But so that's good, vitamin A, we can do that. And then today when I got the scare again, I was talking to one of my lovely health coach friends who I adore. And every time we, have something, we talk to each other and give each other tips on like what we use, what we do. So when I mentioned to her, she was like, go get yourself colloidal silver. You need to make sure you're taking colloidal silver. Again, great immune support. Says it right here. So we're doing, and it's not a lot. You could do like a tablespoon, like a few teaspoons a day, like in this time where we know it's urgent that we really need to do it. But I mean, according to the bottle itself, for regular immune support, is just a teaspoon. What is it? It's a half a teaspoon twice daily. So we're doing pretty much a teaspoon a day. And then it even has for children and says for children 4 years and older, a 1/4 teaspoon a day. So we're going with that. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about today, which she also mentioned, which I absolutely love, and I do this very often, And it just didn't occur to me right now with all of this happening because I have so many other things I'm using. But she pointed out Manuka honey. Manuka honey is so, so, so good for the immune system. It's amazing to just boost it up. So that is another thing. I absolutely love Manuka honey. If you like regular honey, Manuka honey is just super thick. I don't know if you can really see it. Almost looks like gel that you would like put in your hair or something. I don't know. But it's so, so good. It's sweet. And it's super thick, but when you take it, like you feel it coat your throat, you feel it like doing the work right there. So Manuka honey is my last thing that I'm going to mention today. And like I said, I will be doing a part 2 tomorrow, just so I don't keep you guys on forever, even though you most likely are very bored being locked in your house for a few weeks at this point, and who knows how much longer we're going to be going through this. So hopefully maybe this like distracted you a little bit and gave you something to do, and give you some ideas of what else you can be doing to boost your immune system. So I would love to hear what you are all using, because even though I'm a health coach, wellness, and all of this, there are still things that other people tell me that I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that, you know? Someone just mentioned to me the other day, echinacea, and I'm like, yeah, duh, like it's just not something I thought of because I already have so many other things, you know? But I'd love to hear what you have to say, what you're using and what you're doing as you are going through this, and being stuck at home, and now the kids homeschooling. There are just so many things happening. So I'm going to end this then with one last thing that has nothing to do with all of like the supplements and all that. But the other thing that I want to say is one of the main things we're doing to be able to help us stay as healthy as possible is not allowing the fear to take over, which I know it's very easy for it to happen. I mean, when I hear these stories and I hear, oh my goodness, there's somebody that I just sat in my office for an hour today that could potentially have it. And I'm like, oh my God, how many things did I touch that person touched, and what happened? What? So I know it can be very scary. And I know we keep hearing about more people we know and all of this, which can be super scary, you know, but we just have to do whatever we need to do to stay as healthy as possible, and to help us get through this without extreme fear, because the more fear that we have lowers our immune system. When we are living in fear, it actually affects our immune system and it affects our health. So a big part of this is our belief, and I'm so adamant about this all the time. I mean, this isn't just now, but the way you think about things and whatever you believe is going to contribute to what happens. So right now, one of my biggest things that I'm doing to keep that fear away is really focusing on a lot of my devotionals, and I am doing everything possible to read God's word and to allow that to give me peace and to assure me that even if something happens and one of us gets it, we're going to get through it. And we're going to do whatever we have to do to get through it as fast as possible. There are tons and tons of tips, which maybe I'll do another video on that. I haven't had it, so I can't say this is what's helping me. But I have seen other health coaches talking about that they've had it and what they're doing to get through it, and that they're getting through it, as opposed to other people that I see that it's really, really bad. And I don't want to be one of those people, guys. And I'm sure you don't either. So that's one thing we really need to remember, is just really try to avoid the fear. And I'm not saying don't get scared about it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't live in it and don't soak it in and be in constant fear mode that you're constantly thinking you have it, or something's happening. But try to do things that are going to take your mind off of it like enjoy this time. I will say I wish I could be home. I'm actually going to be home like with my kids tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Because as much as they may drive me crazy, all I think is I see other parents who are stuck, parents who are nurses and doctors in hospitals, parents who are, in places that they can't even be near their children or their families and what they're going through. I'd much rather deal with my kids driving me insane, guys. I know that's crazy, but I'd rather deal with that than deal with the fact that I cannot even see my family for who knows how long, because we don't know how long this is going to last for. So just try to make the best of it. I truly believe that this is I fully believe that this is God's way of making changes in this world, and positive changes, and giving us more time with our families, because I look at everyone around. I mean, we go for our nightly runs and stuff in our area, and when we used to go, there'd be nobody out there. Since this has all started, everyone's outside, everyone with their families, like people together. So as much as this truly sucks of being like confined and not being able to go places and do things, I really think that it might just be a blessing in disguise, and that God is just bringing us and our families together, and even allowing us to be with ourselves at home and like focusing on things that are really important to us, because it's really easy for us to get caught up in the daily grind that I've been talking about for years. It's easy for us to get caught up in that and not really pay attention to what our passions are and what the things we really want to be doing in life, and the things that bring us joy and that make a difference in our lives, that we are all like putting to the side because we're too busy with work, and like you're in, we get on this like one way track and not paying attention to these other things. And since this has all happened, I have been able to create so many things, and I had so many awesome things coming, because I have been given this time to just be able to sit and not be on the go and having to run places and doing things. So just remember that, try to make the best of this time, as much as it may suck being, like I said, being confined, or, and quarantined and everything. It may very well be the best thing that could be happening right now for all of us. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions about any of the things I've mentioned, feel free to post the questions below. I'd be happy to answer. And again, like I said, I'll be back again tomorrow with part 2 of this video. And I'll be talking about essential oils and probably some other things. But make sure you reach out to me if you have any questions. And I pray for all of you that we all are able to get through this healthy and safe in the end. Okay, have a great night. Bye.